Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Neon. I am here with Geeky Sparkles.
Hello.
And the cancellation attempts on Harry Potter creator, author J.K. Rowling continue. And of course, she's being defended by Voldemort. Of course she is. Ralph Fiennes, not Ralph Fiennes, but Ralph Fiennes is defending J.K. Rowling, saying that, it's disgusting. The attacks on her are disgusting. Now, we've covered the situation before because, God, everybody has turned on this woman almost overnight.
She was the hero raised up on the shoulders as soon as she said Dumbledore was gay.
Yeah, and then after that it was like, and also I believe women are women, and then all hell broke loose. All hell broke loose.
Well, hey, technically, if you have to respect that people identify, if she identifies as a woman and wants to be called a woman, then she should be allowed to be called it.
There you go. So, look, we've talked about this before. My personal opinion is, she probably should have stopped tweeting all the damn time because she kind of just kept giving people more ammo. But also, why should she have to shut up if she's got opinions? But they just can't stand it. I mean, she is one of the wealthiest authors in the world. She's one of the most powerful women in the world. Warner Brothers will not cancel her. They've said before that they're actually committed to doing more with Harry Potter, whether it's like an HBO Max series or more movies or whatever. She's not going anywhere. Hogwarts Legacy did not get canceled. They tried very hard to cancel Hogwarts Legacy. Universal Orlando, we were just there a couple weekends ago. Harry Potter was packed. Mm-hmm. I mean, every part of Universal was packed, but they were selling a lot of Harry Potter merchandise. And like it or not, anything Harry Potter, anything Wizarding World, she gets a shilling every time something is sold from now until the end of time because she's got a damn good contract.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, let's talk about this.
Yep.
Before we get into it any further, please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, rants. Guys, over 278,000 subs. Thank you for the support. We do talk about this because it does dovetail with movies and theme parks, which we talk about, and also cancel culture, which we talk about because it's gotten out of control. Not allowed to say anything. And this particular instance, I was very disgusted by because the actors, the trio from the Harry Potter movies, they all turned on her. Mm-hmm. She didn't even do the 20th anniversary special.
Slytherin's still nice. The one that played, was it Malfoy?
Yeah.
Defended her, and now Voldemort's defended
Voldemort and Malfoy.
So Slytherin is on her
Slytherin's on her side.
Oh, and of course the media is running with that.
Oh, yeah, they are. They are. J.K. Rowling defended by Voldemort. So, yes. So, Malfoy and Voldemort are standing by her side. And R.I.P. Robbie Coltrane, he passed away. Mm-hmm. I think it was last week, and he got along fine with her. I think
a lot of people do. It's just these people are mad because of alleged transgressions they believe that she had from tweeting, which is why the woman should stop tweeting.
No, it's trans microaggressions. All right, Variety. Harry Potter star Ralph Fiennes defends J.K. Rowling. The verbal abuse directed at her is disgusting. Mm-hmm. Welcome to Twitter, Ralph. He said it was disgusting and appalling. J.K. Rowling has written these great books about empowerment, about young children finding themselves as human beings. Fiennes told the New York Times during a long-ranging interview. It's about how you become a better, stronger, more morally centered human being. The verbal abuse directed at her is disgusting. It's appalling. I mean, I can understand the viewpoint that might be angry at what she says about women, but it's not some obscene, uber right-wing fascist. It's just a woman saying, I'm a woman, and I feel I'm a woman, and I want to be able to say I'm a woman.
Yeah, but if that's the case, then I guess I'm a terrible person, too, because I feel the same way. I'm a woman. I don't want to be called a birthing person. I don't want to be called a vulva person. I don't want to be called a menstruating person. Plus, again, people that are saying these things, how ableist and shitty of you, because there are women out there who cannot have children. There are women out there who don't have periods. There are women out there that don't maybe fall in these other other things you want to call them. And here's my thing: if you're trans and you want to be called a woman, fine, that's fine. But if I'm cis and I want to be called a woman, then I'm going to be called a fucking woman. If I identify how or I listen to what you say and I call you woman, then I want to be called a woman. That is not anything against trans people whatsoever. It's just stop fucking calling me a vulva person or a menstruating person or a birthing person. I'm just a fucking woman. Fuck you.
Whoa, so many jokes. I was just thinking, you're really, really going at it, and I'm like, she's the vulvinator.
I'm the vulvinator. No, I'm just like, I don't believe in discriminating against people, but I also don't think if you're supposed to respect identifiers and how someone identifies, if I want to be called a woman, then you're going to fucking respectfully call me a woman.
Here's
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. That's me every day. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. So here's what gets me. 20 years ago, it was the conservative right that wanted to ban and burn Harry Potter books because they were demonic and satanic. Fast forward to 2022, and it's the left that wants to ban the Harry Potter books because she's transphobic. She said something current year on Twitter that they didn't like, and yeah.
And meanwhile, we had people threatening to burn down, even they were joking. I mean, I'm going to make that clear. I do not believe they were actually going to go. I think they blew it out of proportion.
No pun intended.
Far out of proportion. But they were making the comments about, blowing up or burning down the building that had the feminist convention in it.
Oh my God.
And it was clearly, it was a joke, obviously. But you got to take everything seriously anymore because the way people behave. And because they thought that these feminist people were going to be TERFs, trans exclusionary because they were having a feminism convention. And it's like, so you're not even allowed to be a woman, an empowered woman unless, you're a certain type of empowered woman. And that just takes away from everybody else. And that's not okay. You can all be empowered women. No one's saying you can't.
So it's just
you
like...
can be an empowered woman too, baby. If you choose to be...
I can be a bitchy some days. I wake up and I'm just like, God, I feel like I'm menstruating today.
There you go.
I just don't want to deal with anybody's bullshit.
Every day.
So Ray Fiennes is like, yeah, I don't necessarily agree with what she said, but it's not like, it's not like she's Kanye West or anything. I mean, geez, come on. So Rowling, who has become a polarizing figure in media in recent years, like the last 2 years, has received numerous death threats as well as abuse after speaking out on political topics following a string of tweets in June 2020. Critics accused her of being anti-trans and voicing sentiments seen as harmful to the trans community. She tweeted last November, "I've received so many death threats, I could paper the house with them, and I haven't stopped speaking out." Last year, police in Scotland made inquiries after activists published a photograph of themselves holding placards outside her home on Twitter. Of course on Twitter, in which her address was clearly visible. No charges were made. Shocker. Police were again involved earlier this year after she tweeted in support of the Satanic Verses author Salman Rushdie following his attempted murder. Yeah, that was a thing. That was like, I honestly thought he was dead already. I didn't realize he was, because he was like, that was like a big deal back in the 80s. And it was like, oh yeah, he's back, and he almost got killed. To which an anonymous Twitter user replied, "Don't worry, you're next." Do you see the common thread here? Twitter.
Yeah.
Twitter. Yes, Twitter. Twitter is the problem.
Well, this is funny because we can talk about it tomorrow, but there was a study on gaming saying that that if you're a gamer, you're most likely, alt-right and all this other crap. And their determining factors were very questionable. But I could make the same arguments they were making in this article, which we'll talk about like probably tomorrow. I can make the same arguments they were making about gamers for Twitter, because some of the most bigoted, istophobic, trash bag people I've ever seen in my life, the worst of the worst, are on Twitter. And they usually lean extreme left. And what happens is somebody doesn't lean left enough, and even though they're left-leaning Democrat, they vote Democrat, they promote Democrats, they get on there and they don't, lean far enough. Like for example, Zoe Saldana defended Chris Pratt, to which all these extremists turned around and started calling her disgusting racist names. Because she didn't do what they wanted. They are trash. I've seen them tell people to kill themselves over cartoons. I've seen the
We've gotten those.
I've seen the most trashy, and they're usually children. They're bullies. They are just fucking bullies. And it's not fair. And the thing is that it's not fair to trans people either, that people just assume they're all like that, because that's not true.
Yeah, that's the double-edged sword of this, because what's going to happen is people are going to be like, oh yeah, every trans activist is crazy and wants J.K. Rowling dead.
And wants people dead. And wants people we call birthing people. That is not true. It is a small group of people that are the ones that are out there with the biggest mouthpiece. But that is not indicative of the main group of people. Same with most of Twitter. The behavior of the extremists on both sides is not indicative of the masses. So anyway, they were talking about the other thing, and he's talking about cancel culture, and he said, righteous anger is righteous, but often it becomes kind of dumb because it can't work its way through the gray areas. It has no nuance. Amen.
Must I remind you all, he was in Schindler's List. But, yes. Anyway, it's just, yeah, this whole thing is getting ridiculous. It's just, and I think we're gonna see, you know, kind of the last gasps of Twitter cancel. Again, you see this is almost always Twitter. 99% of the time, it's almost always Twitter. Space Daddy Elon Musk cannot gut this company fast enough. They'll go someplace else, but hopefully they won't have the megaphone that they have now, because really it probably is a handful of people making it appear like the entire world is angry at J.K. Rowling. A lot of people, frankly, they don't even know who she is.
Well, they don't even know anything about it.
No, they know Harry Potter, like, wasn't it some woman?
Yeah,
something?
but they don't know, like, any of the stuff that's going on, nor do they care.
No, but the media loves it. They love it. They love stirring the shit. Twitter loves stirring the shit, and it is the media and Twitter have this disgusting symbiotic relationship. And I think that it's going to come to an end here pretty soon, because Twitter is not going to have the power that it had. I don't think.
It needs to have that removed. Yes.
Yeah, it needs to have the keys taken away. Need to nip it in the bud. Nip it, snip it in the bud. We're gonna wrap this one up.
Yep.
Please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys. We'll talk later.
Bye.